Sorry, it's 11:22 and I haven't had any coffee today. I've been trying to cut back on the caffeine and I've been trying to not have caffeine first thing in the morning. So it's 11 right now and I did stop and get myself a little Starbucks because I've been so good lately and I've been drinking coffee at home, but I had money on my Starbucks card. So, girl math, it's like free because the money was already on there. But I got a grande iced honey almond milk flat white. It has blonde espresso in it, and I feel like sometimes it's just nice to not have a super strong coffee flavor. All right, after all of that rambling, maybe the caffeine's starting to hit. Welcome to the reading vlog. We are going to be reading Crown of Midnight in this video. I'm so excited. I did already start it. I started it on the airplane on our way to our anniversary trip, which we were so busy during our trip. We didn't do much relaxing like I thought we were gonna do. We were honestly just like gone from the Airbnb all day, walking around, exploring, you know, we did all the fun things there. So I didn't get a chance to actually sit and read as much as I thought I did, but I did read on some of the flights and I got to page 54, which is chapter 7. And I was very interested to see where this book was gonna go because the last one ended kind of just like it wrapped up the story. It wasn't anything kind of lingering that I had like an idea of what was gonna happen in this book, but so far I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm only 50 pages in, so I'm not a lot has happened, but I feel like it's gonna get really interesting. I can just feel it. There's gonna be some things that are gonna cause some drama and some things that Celaena's doing that I don't know if they get found out, if she's gonna be okay. So I feel like now I know the story. You know, we read the first book, we're in it, we know all the characters, we kind of know the behind the scenes, we know where there's like rivalries, we know who has like relationships, and then now is really when we get into the story. We start actually getting into some things. So I'm really excited to read that. But the whole reason I decided to go ahead and start this reading vlog today was because I just pulled up at Barnes & Noble and I think I'm gonna go sit in the cafe for a little bit. I need to do some editing on my computer and then I think I'm going to also read my book. So I figured this was probably a good time to start this video. I think that's all I have to say. We're 50 pages in so far. We're liking it, but not too much has happened. So I will keep you updated. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, when I went to the cafe the other day, I read about 2 pages and then headed home because I spent the whole time editing my video. But I'm about to head out to the pool right now and I'm gonna put my headphones in, listen to my reading music, and get some of Crown of Midnight read finally. I've got my cherry limeade poppy that I'm filling up in here. I've got my water, and then I've got my little tote that has my book, towel, sunblock, and all that jazz in it. So I've got all my stuff ready. I'm about to head down there. Once I'm done at the pool, I will be sure to give you an update on what's going on in the book because I haven't really done it yet. Glasses are crooked because I broke them, but I've got some new ones coming in the mail. So I'm getting ready to read a little bit more of Crown of Midnight. I was reading last night in bed and realized that I really have not updated you guys. I don't even think at all while I've been reading this. So it's time to do that. I did want to point out I've got my strawberry lemon poppy in a wine glass just because it's more fun when you drink it out of wine glass. Just a nice day outside, you know, not having wine, so might as well drink a poppy out of a wine glass. Make it fun. I got the cutest bookmark and you've probably seen it. They're everywhere. They're the little paint color bookmarks, but this one's from Ali Rose Co. and this is all of the ACOTAR books so far. But I absolutely love it. I got this one for myself and then I got 2 more, one to give to one of my friends and then one to give to my sister because they also love the books. I was like, I'm just gonna order a couple extra so I can give it to them too. So I wanted to do a check-in on where I'm at in Crown of Midnight. I read up until chapter 18 last night, so I'm getting ready to start chapter 18. I feel like I'm having a hard time getting into the book. When I'm reading it, I'm enjoying it, but I don't feel like I want to pick it up. And I don't know if that's because there's not really a ton going on. We're kind of still just like slowly making our way. You know, she's doing her work. We're slowly progressing into the storyline. Honestly, not a ton has happened so far. The last thing I read was Celaena showing Princess Nahima how there was the door behind the tapestry. They went down. She showed her, you know, the grave and everything. And then they were talking, they found like the constellations in the eye. And so that's kind of where we left off, is her wondering how she's gonna see the eye. Celaena was kind of like, oh, is this the eye that they're talking about? Like, did I figure it? That seems too easy. And Nahima's like, no, it's not gonna be that. Which I thought that maybe she kind of pushed it off a little too early, of like, no, that's not it. I was like, is she hiding something? I don't know. I feel like she knows a lot more than she's like acting like she does. And they had another ball last night and Celaena was guarding the balcony like she was the one before. And Nahima went and talked to Dorian and she was drawing symbols on the wall and on his chest. So I'm assuming those were ward marks, but he just kind of like recognized that she was doing that, but didn't say anything else about it. And so now I'm wondering, like, what was she doing? Was that like a protection spell? Is she, I don't know, she's acting kind of sus and she's doing things that make me kind of question what's going on. There's still kind of this interesting relationship between Celaena and Chaol. I feel like that is going to blossom into something more. I don't know how much more. I know that there's not like a ton of romance in these books, but it does seem like they both are recognizing that they have feelings for each other. What just happened, the last thing I read when they were at the ball, she was like, whenever I look at him, I feel at home. And she's like, I haven't felt like that in a really long time. And it's a different sort of relationship with him than with Dorian. I seriously like I've read 140 pages and I don't have many thoughts on what's going on. But I know how big the series is, so I feel like anything that I'm learning now, that can't be the ending. Like, something else is gonna happen. I'm really interested to see where it goes. I'm interested to see if Celaena's gonna get caught, how the king is going to start using the power that he has. I feel like so far he hasn't used the power, so I'm interested to see. I feel like that's probably coming soon. He's gonna do something to kind of like prove to everyone like, hey, I'm on top, like I have the power and you have to listen to me or I'm gonna use it against you. Those are my thoughts so far. I don't know, not too much. I'm gonna keep pushing myself to read it because I am enjoying it while I'm reading it. I'm not pushing myself to pick up the book enough. And I set a goal for myself that by the end of the week, I'm gonna finish this book. It's Wednesday right now, so I've only got a couple more days and we're gonna be done with this book. I'm probably gonna take a break in between this one and the next one, but I think I just need to keep the momentum up and we'll be good. I'm done rambling. I've been rambling for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go read some, hopefully get a good chunk of this done today, and then we'll see where we're at. Before I leave for my brother's baseball game, and Dorian just punched the wall and it shattered and then the glass broke. Princess Nahima gave him powers. She gave him like the ability to use magic or use the ward marks or something. I literally just said that earlier. I was like, she did something, like that has to be it, right? She gave him some sort of power or magic or something. Yeah. I just finished like the little paragraph. She literally gave him magic. I don't know how. But now it's starting to get interesting. I feel like now stuff's gonna start happening. Oh man. All right, I just had to check in because that was crazy. I'm gonna keep reading though. Good morning. I just poured out some coffee and cold foam on top. And I'm sitting down for a little reading session because I stayed up so late last night reading Crown of Midnight. And then I was like, okay, I need to find a stopping place so I can go to bed. But I'm on page 300 right now. So I've only got about 120 pages left. I only have this much left. I'm so excited. I feel like it's literally taken me like a month to read this. I don't know what happened this month, but it was rough for me reading. But anyway, let me recap a little bit on what I've read so far. I feel like not a ton had happened the last couple times I had checked in. It was just kind of more like story building, nothing really crazy. Then we started to get little pieces here and there that were almost starting to like spiderweb together and make sense and like lead us to this one thing. Then a bunch of little crazy things started happening. The rooftop garden birthday party happened and I was so excited. I was living in that happiness because I knew it wasn't gonna last long because Sarah J Maas can never let happiness live on. So I was just so excited about it, so happy. And that lasted probably, I don't know, 5 pages before it all went to shit again. We've had a lot of things going on. A lot of things just happened. I've only got 100 pages left of the book and I'm so nervous because I know Sarah J Maas. She just really knows how to take you on the craziest ride for the last 100 pages. And I'm trying to mentally prepare myself. So I need to get some caffeine in my system before stuff starts getting like crazy. I'm definitely gonna need another glass. But anyway, I will keep you updated. I'll let you know if anything crazy happens, and let's finish this book. I have officially finished Crown of Midnight, and I am not proud of how long it took me to read this book. It took me the whole month of April. I'm not even kidding. I read this book so slow. I feel like each time I picked it up to read it, I only got 3 pages and then I put it down and I move on to something else. And that's just not okay. I will say that the majority of the month was just me getting through the first half, and then like the last week, I just binge read the last. I don't know what my issue was because I really enjoyed the book and there was a lot of story progression. We were getting to know the characters more in depth. I just don't really know why it took me so long to read it. I don't know if my mind was preoccupied, but my thoughts overall are that I did enjoy it. It wasn't my favorite book, I will say. I feel like the second half definitely was better than the first half. I feel like I'm not connected with Celaena as much as I am characters in other books. I like her. I just feel like parts of her are immature, which it feels weird because she's an assassin. You would think that she's like more mature, and I don't know, some of the things that she does, I'm just like, what, are we like 12? But then again, I also have to remember like she's only like 19 or something, so she is kind of young. I did enjoy it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 star. I feel like that's a good rating, and I asked on my TikTok if I should read Heir of Fire next or if I should read Assassin's Blade, and pretty much everyone said read Assassin's Blade next and then read Heir of Fire, because if you read Heir of Fire after Crown of Midnight, then you kind of care about the storyline too much that you don't really care about the history in Assassin's Blade. So since everyone said read Assassin's Blade next, I did start that one already. I'm only like 5 pages into it, and then going to continue on the series. And hopefully I continue to enjoy it. I feel like I've talked to people who are obsessed with the series, and then I've also talked to people who kind of got halfway through and then weren't that interested in it anymore. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Right now I'm still really interested in the storyline and what's gonna happen. So I think we're in a good spot. But yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I think that's all I have to say for this video. My final rating is gonna be 4 out of 5 star, and now I've started Assassin's Blade, so I will be making a reading vlog for that. That's all I've got for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, and I'll see you in my next one.